Hey there, friends. Welcome into my live stream. It's your favorite 71% successful grant writer and 10-year grant winner, Superior Shelby. I'm so blessed to have you had click on this video because that means you are looking for some free money that you can get to start and scale your business. In today's live stream or video, if you're watching this after the full live recording, we are going to go over a $100,000 grant opportunity that comes with so many good perks and deals that you cannot just stand another chance or afford to not even apply to this opportunity. So come on in, friends, into the live stream. Make sure you like this live so the YouTube algorithm can push it out to other entrepreneurs. Share this live stream with your friends and family and other entrepreneur friends so they can have understanding of how this works. And then also make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel so you won't miss any more grant opportunities that I'm always posting on my YouTube channel. So I have this entire dedicated YouTube channel of 6 years where I always talk about grant funding and anything really in the business funding world. I started this channel talking about like business credit, and then I went into business grants. And for the last like 5 or 6 years, I've just been focused on grants because grants is truly a business funding tool that most entrepreneurs and startups don't know about, or they simply are not fond of because they feel like it's too much work or it's too hard to get. And I want to be the one to be able to change your mindset about that, okay? Now, there's a lot of rumors out here, and I don't want you to listen to the rumors because whatever opportunity is for you, friend, is all for you. You can apply to one grant and potentially win the grant of a lifetime that can give you more than an abundance of funding that you need to take yourself and to start the business or take your business to the next level. It just all depends on exactly how you answer these questions and how thorough you are. And this is why I'm here on YouTube dedicating my time every day so I can make sure you have clarity and reassurance on exactly how to answer these grant questions and how to level yourself up, okay? All right, so make sure you like the live stream as you are coming in so that way the YouTube algorithm can push it out to other entrepreneurs. And we're going to talk about $100,000 tonight, and I hope that you move forward and apply to it. I'm going to walk through the entire application step by step. I'm also going to give you some grant writing tips and tricks on how to answer these questions so you can know what they are looking for when they are actually asking specific questions, okay? Now, in most cases, most entrepreneurs, they don't go for these grants because you might have heard that it might be personal interest, or a lot of people who went for grants themselves, they've never won a grant, so they're not really sure if it's a real thing or not. And then two, a lot of the reasons why, the second reason why most entrepreneurs don't go for grants is simply because you all don't have the time to be able to put in the effort to search for a grant and to start applying to them and or to apply to as many grants as possible consistently. Now, in this grant world, grants is free money that you don't have to pay back. So it's not like a loan, line of credit, or credit card. Hey, Deja, how are you? Thank you so much. I hope you're having a beautiful evening as well. So you don't have to pay back a grant, okay? There's no credit checks with a grant, so you don't have to worry about any dings on your credit, no credit inquiries that could potentially lower your credit score. And also with grants, you don't have to provide your identification or your social security number or even a business bank account statement to show proof of how you're going to pay something back. See, a grant opportunity simply wants to know, who are you? What is your product or service? What is your customer base? What is your customer problem? How are you solving that problem? And how will this grant opportunity be impactful to your business development process? Okay. So if you can answer those simple questions by having like a business plan or just simply having something jot down on like a legal pad or something like that, if you can answer those questions, then you are absolutely good to go with these grants. And I don't understand why you're not going for them. Now, to give you reassurance, friends, the most of the small business owners and entrepreneurs and startups that you hear saying, don't go for a grant because a grant take a long time. A grant is not guaranteed. You don't need to go for a grant because it's going to take you forever to get money. Let me tell you something. Don't let anybody shy you away from the opportunity that God has for you. There's a reason why you clicked on this video. It's simply because you are looking for business funding, and this can potentially be another business funding avenue for you where you don't even have to pay it back and you don't have to worry about being in debt like all the other small business owners that are putting themselves in debt and just simply going for quick opportunities and loans. And in all honesty, no opportunity is 100% guaranteed. Put this up closer. So no opportunity is 100% guaranteed, even if you are going for a business loan. Now, in the grant world, it's the same exact way. It's not 100% guaranteed. It's competitive, but this is where you really need to show up for your business and explain the reasons for why this opportunity that you will get that you don't have to pay back will be really impactful. Maybe you want to hire employees. Maybe you want to increase sales by getting more supplies and equipment so you can develop your product or service. Maybe you simply want to open up like something that will be good for the community, and you want to not open up one location but multiple locations that will really help in like the mental health space. So whatever your business mission is very vital, very important that you go for grant opportunities that align with your business mission, and that is the number one key to actually winning grants. So welcome in, friends. Make sure you like the live stream so that way the YouTube algorithm can push it out to other entrepreneurs. And we're going to get down to this $100,000 grant. Now, before I get into it, let me explain to you what you should have before you go for any grants. And then I'm also going to explain to you what are the 4 main ways that you can actually win a grant. See, I want you to have some grant, basics, some grant basic knowledge about grants before you decide to kickstart your grant writing journey. So, friend, most of these grants are asking questions like, who are you? What is your product or service? Who is your customer base? What is the problem? How are you solving it? What will the grant do for you? Okay. How will you use the grant? You can easily answer these grant questions by having a business plan, a business pitch deck, and a 3-minute pitch video. The $100,000 grant that we are about to go over tonight actually requests that you have a business plan and a pitch deck, and I'm going to show you once we go through the application. But hold on, friend. If you don't have those credentials, it's fine. I can write them for you, or you can simply write them yourself using artificial intelligence tools like ChatGPT, right? And you can use PowerPoint, Microsoft PowerPoint to make your pitch deck slideshow. And then a 3-minute pitch video is essentially that content piece where you're using the backside camera of your phone and you can talk about who you are, what is your background and skills, what is your product and service, who is your customer base, what is the problem, how are you solving it, who are your competitors, what makes you innovative and different from your competitors, and why you should be chosen or why people should shop with you, okay? Every serious business needs to have a piece of content, especially in 2025. If we are like searching for the nearest, we're using like Google, and even now we're using social media apps like TikTok and Instagram to find like restaurants for our birthdays, to find, the best mechanic shop or the best person to wash our car at home, right? We are using these social media apps now to find different places and different places we can shop as consumers. So if we're using these social media apps, it's very important that you as a business owner has a social media channel, whether it be Facebook, Instagram, X, TikTok, or whatever have you, Blue Sky. And you need to make sure you have a piece of content out there. So the 3-minute pitch video is a video where you're pitching about the reasons for why people should shop with you, and also the reasons for why you should be chosen for any funding opportunity. Okay. Now, I have separate videos on in my dedicated grant masterclass step-by-step playlist. It's on my YouTube channel. It's about 5 videos there. Each video is from 6 to 10 minutes. And in my second video, I talk about the 3 main things you should have, or the 4 things you should have before you apply to grants. Well, I actually dive deeper into what your business plan should look like, what your pitch deck should look like, and what your pitch video should be like as well. I also talk about the difference between a business plan and a grant proposal. So if you want to know more of that information, definitely go to that playlist. It's called Grant Masterclass, Step by Step, How to Apply to Grants. It's on my channel. So you can go ahead and watch those, 10-minute videos there. All right, so having those things, the business plan, okay, will serve as an answer key. When we go through this $100,000 grant in just a few minutes here, I'm going to explain to you how to answer these questions in this particular grant application. Now, the questions that they ask in this $100,000 grant application is the questions that majority of these type of grants are going to be asking. So it's very important that you pay attention, because I'm going to give you all the sauce you need to help increase your chances of approvals, okay? Now, yes, I do offer one-on-one consultations. It's just $50, and I can search and apply to a grant for you. If you want to know more about my services, or you just want to know how many grants is out there for you personally for your business, or you just simply need some executions like strategies, in a one-on-one consultation, we can do that. I did put my website down below, or it's pinned at the top of this chat. You can visit superchargemybusiness.com. Also, my link is inside the description. Okay, so for those of you who are coming in, make sure you like the live stream, so that way the YouTube algorithm can push out this good information to other business entrepreneurs who is looking for some business funding. Okay, so let's talk about the 4 ways you can win a grant. Now, one way you can actually win a grant is through a random raffle. So this is when you are entered in a chance to win an opportunity. All right. You will see that on the grant introduction page. Enter in a chance to win $10,000. Enter in a chance to win $15,000. Right. So you would know how they would choose you if you go through the official rules or the grant's terms and conditions. Okay. And I talk about that and how you can dive deeper into the grant in my grant playlist, grant masterclass playlist. Now, the second way you can win a grant is through a pitch competition. So have you all ever watched the show Shark Tank before with Damon John and Mark Cuban? And then that's when people are presenting their products and services. They're talking about the revenue they generated, and they're really pitching the reasons for why they should get an investment from one of the top 4 investors, of the show. Well, that's a pitch competition. So you can be entered in like a pitch competition. It can either be virtually or in person, kind of like Shark Tank. Okay. A third way you can win a grant is through a first come, first serve opportunity. We saw a lot of the first come, first serve opportunities during the COVID relief funds for small businesses. So if you remember, we had like the SBA did the $10,000 targeted advance. And so it was just like hundreds of millions of dollars in a pot, first come, first serve. Whoever applied to it, however many employees you had, you were able to get $10,000 either per employee or per business. Okay. So it was first come, first serve. A lot of the first come, first serve grants are state funded grant opportunities that you can go for. So for example, grants for Black owned companies in Fulton County, Georgia, which is Atlanta. Grants for Latino owned businesses in Miami-Dade County. Grants for trucking companies in Memphis, Tennessee, right? Grants for the fashion businesses and fashion startups in New York City. So each state has their own pot of money that they give back to startups and small business owners, so you all can stay afloat and you can continue to provide jobs in your community. Now, the state funded grants are funded through the state and also funded from other sponsorships and donations as well from your from your community neighbors. Okay, so that's where you will see those first come, first serve grant opportunities through the state funded grants. Now, the fourth way you can win a grant is through what we call a judgment. So they will essentially put you on a point scale. So it'll be 0 to 100. And then they will tell you in each percentage how much of the percentage of answering these questions goes towards 100 points. So for example, it's a total of 100 points. It can say 70% goes towards, did the person complete the entire application in its entirety? Okay. And they can say 20% goes into, did the customers or did the person, the grantee, show compassion, right, in their answers? And then it can be 10% can be like, was their information that they provided actually, accurate, right? So did you provide an accurate website, an accurate business location, an accurate phone number or email address, right? So I'm just giving you an example. We call that a judgment or like a point scale grace type of grant, judging grant. And yeah, they pretty much judge you in that way. And they take a look at all of the answers that's on your application. And then they, judge you off of a point system. And then they choose the best candidates, whoever has the highest score. Okay. That's who will be the winner. Now, each grant has different terms, winning terms. Okay. You have some where they're only choosing one winner, some where they're choosing three winners, and even some where they're choosing 37 winners, 50 winners, 100 winners. Okay. So each grant winning terms and conditions and guidelines are all different. Now, one grant might be asking, what is your business mission, in a form of explain to us step by step how you are fulfilling this mission. And then another grant might be asking, what is your business mission? Just simply directly tell us your mission. All right. You would know the difference by either they would say, give it to us in 3 sentences. So that would be like, what's your direct business mission? Or they would say, answer this in like 500 words max, right? And so that means they want something more in detail. So it's important for you to watch out and read thoroughly, read to comprehend the questions that they're asking, and make sure you are clear, concise, and compassionate when you are answering your questions. That will truly help. And having the business plan will truly help as an answer key, or serve as an answer key when you are answering the grant questions, okay? All right, so you know what a grant is. A grant is free money that you don't have to pay back. You can get a grant from your state and local government. You can get a grant from another like nonprofit organization, or a sponsorship, or another investment group. All right, like Hello Alice, Hello Skip, the Fearless Fund, Black Ambition Prize, Operation Hope. There's so many like nonprofit organizations that help startups and small business owners get grant funding, and also investment groups like Generator, who we're going to go over tonight. And the Fearless Fund, who is an investment corporation, they actually have a separate side where they give out grants. Okay. And then you can also get a grant from another business entity like Amazon, Foot Locker. Beyonce has one. I just uploaded the video 3 days ago. Beyonce's Sacred Hair Care line, who's giving out $10,000 to 37, beauty industry driven entrepreneurs. Then you have like Shell's gas station, Walmart, Gucci, Cartier is doing $1 million grant for women all across the world. I talked about that last week. So, you have other businesses that make millions of dollars that give back to their community in a form of a grant, whether it's to a nonprofit or a for-profit small business or startup. Okay. Also, some of the business resource tools that we're using, like Intuit QuickBooks, MailChimp, Zen Business. What's the other one that does that helps you do your business setup? I forgot their name, but they are business resource tools that we use, and they give out grants too. Right? Matter of fact, Intuit and MailChimp, they have a $20,000 grant right now, and you can nominate up to 5 businesses that you are fond of, you like their services, things like that, and even yourself, and they're giving out $20,000. Okay, so yeah, any other business you can get some grants from as well. That's why I like grants too, you guys, because grants will never go out of style as far as in a funding option. You don't have to worry about what's going on politically and economically in the United States or in the world that would affect your grant opportunity. Grants are funded by so many, entities, and programs outside of the federal government. Okay, so you don't have to worry about DEI. You don't have to worry about, what's going on economically. These grants that we're talking about and that I always talk about on my YouTube channel are funded through other investment corporations, other big corporations that actually share their revenue to give back. Okay. All right. So, the 4 ways that you can win a grant: through a pitch competition, a raffle, through a judgment, first come, first serve basis, All right. You know, you need to have a business plan, a business pitch deck, which is the PowerPoint version of that, and a 3-minute pitch video. Let's dive deeper into this $100,000 grant opportunity. If you're joining me live, please like the live stream so that way the YouTube algorithm can share it with other entrepreneurs who are looking for this type of information, okay? Looking for a funding option. Um, and before I go into this, I wanted to reassure you guys really quick. For the ones who say that grants are not real, grants take too long, or I wouldn't go for a grant because I think it's personal interest, let me explain to you who those types of people are. They might have already went for a grant and they simply didn't win, but they only went for one grant. They might have been an individual where they went for a grant and they went all the way through to the end, but they unfortunately they still didn't win, right? And they might be upset about that. Or they might be an individual that simply does not comprehend how the grant writing process works. So they just want to just chug it up and say it's a scam. Most consumers who say things that are scams, who are like most consumers, and it sucks, but it is this way on my end, right? In the grant world, most consumers who say something like, oh, it's a scam, they simply don't comprehend how the grant world works. Okay. And that's why I have this entire dedicated YouTube channel that teaches you how it works. Okay. That teaches you everything you need to know, because you don't apply for a grant to get a win, right? All the time. Keep in mind that it's a competitive opportunity. So there's other startups and small business owners that are aggressively in need of this money just as well as you do. Okay. I want to be 100% transparent with you so you understand what you're getting yourself into, but it's still worth it because you can go for that business loan opportunity and you could be sitting in front of that loan officer and you can go there with all of your documents, but because there's no DEI, that banking manager can say, no, we don't want to take in your business. We don't want to move forward with you. So there's no opportunity right now in 2025 that is 100% guaranteed. But go for the grant opportunities that are actually aligned with your business mission, and you wouldn't have anything to worry about. Okay. All right. So I wanted to clear that up because you got people out here that are literally, they'll try to steal they'll try to steal your joy. And because you are going for something that is good for you, you are optimistic about it and you're putting good energy about it and you're praying about it. They feel like, oh, they just want to like shut you down. No, there's a reason why you clicked on this video. There's a reason why you're going for these grant opportunities. You are literally showing up for your business and giving yourself a chance at winning free money you don't have to pay back, which allows you to start your business or scale your business without having to be in debt. Okay. Take it from a person who's paying back a $200,000 SBA loan still 5 years after receiving COVID relief funds is definitely not fun at all. And I would hate for you to have to be in this particular position. Okay. And it's just no matter how much money you make, you can pay back the entire $200,000 back, but you still have to pay it back with interest. And it's just a simple fact that you're not taking home fully that income that you could be taking back to be able to reinvest into your business and also to be able to offer more job positions for others out there, right? So all of that gets pushed back, and reinvesting in your business gets pushed back because now you have this loan that you have to pay back. Also, it's always good to focus on bringing in business, generating revenue, finding ways and execution strategies that will work today so you can start generating revenue now. Revenue generating businesses actually have a higher or increased chance of winning grants because you're really able to show in numbers how you need the grant. And then also it shows that your business is scalable and it shows that you've already put in some efforts. Long gone are the days of you just simply buying an LLC and getting your EIN and getting a website, and you think that that's you investing in your business. No, buying supplies and equipment, investing in your like over $1,000 into marketing, doing those things to really push your business forward is you investing into your business now in 2025, and they really want to see that you are actually trying. Okay, so when they can see that you're trying, right, you're putting in the efforts to really create awareness around your service or product. When you are going out there to those free networking events or those farmers markets and those pop-up shops, and you're doing events and things like that, Well, they see that you're trying. And so the grantors take in, this person is really trying. And we know that if we give them the opportunity, they are responsible enough to be able to take in this $100,000 opportunity, and they'll be able to scale. Okay. All right. So let's get into it. We are going to go over Generator. Generator is my favorite investment corporation. They're also my favorite accelerator program. Accelerator programs are a bit different from general grant programs. Accelerator programs not only give you the money that you need, but they also give you perks and deals with a few resources and tools that you might need to use in order to scale. And they also give you 6 to 12 weeks mentorship with someone who's high earning in your industry. So that allows you to ask all of those questions and be in that room with that person who's already generating millions of dollars and hitting those revenue goals that you have. And you can ask the questions like, how did you get here? What are the tools and resources I need? How do I need to use these resources and tools in order for me to get to where you are? Okay. So I love accelerator programs because it's very tailored, very concierge, I would say, and it really does help. Okay, so you got to be willing to put forth an effort. If you win this $100,000 opportunity, yes, it comes alongside with I believe 12 weeks of concierge mentorship based programming. Okay, so let's go ahead and get into it. Now I put the link in the description below and up under the title of this live stream. So all of the information you need, from the deadline date, the link, the name of the actual accelerator program we're going over now, all of that information is in the description, as well as a one-on-one consultation with me in case you want me to walk through this entire thing with you one-on-one and you want reassurance and clarity of what you need for this grant application. Okay. And if you don't have a business pitch deck or anything like that, I can definitely complete one for you, and a business plan. All right, so let me go ahead and show you what we are working with today with this $100,000 opportunity. Okay. Okay. All right. So this is Generator, my favorite. And so, okay. So this is called the Bronze Valley Investment Accelerator. I definitely want you to click the link and learn more about it. Dive deeper into this opportunity. Okay, it's really good. I think it's a great starter. Great for startups. Okay, especially if you're in need of some big bucks, six figures. So yeah, the Bronze Valley Investment Accelerator invests up to 100K in high growth startups. So the Bronze Valley Investment Accelerator invests in up to 5 companies per year. In addition to 100K investment, each participating startup will receive 12 weeks of concierge mentorship based programming. All right. Generator is a nationally ranked accelerator that invests in high growth startups and supports the growth of these startups through its network of experienced mentors, technologists, corporate partners, angel investors, and venture capitalists. All right. You can learn more about their statistics by clicking the hyperlink. All right. So this is called the Bronze Valley Accelerator for the fall season. Now, the application deadline date is July 27th. You see that? So it's very important that you keep track of the type of grants or all the grants that you are applying to. The grants that you are applying to, you should create like a small spreadsheet, and I'll show you one that I have created so you can have an understanding of what yours can look like, okay? You should create a spreadsheet kind of like so. Create your own spreadsheet so you can keep track of each grant that you are applying to. Now, friend, I told you there's no 100% guarantee that you will win each grant that you submit, but it's very important for you to be able to keep track of the grants you are completing so that way you can know when you should check your email. And just in case that grantor is requesting additional information, you'll be able to provide it to them. You won't miss any emails. See, when the grantors is choosing a winner, they will actually correspond to you via email. They will never call you on the phone. They won't send a text message. This is not how it works. It's business. They will only communicate via email. That's how business works. So, with that being said, you should create your own spreadsheet so you can keep track of each grant that you are applying to. And then also, Yeah, I'm very organized. I'm a spreadsheet girly. So in column A, I have, you can put the name of the grant, right? So we have 100K Bronze Valley. All right, something that you can remember. Then you can put whether you have completed it, not completed it, or if it's in progress. Then you will put the application link here. Okay. So I'll go and copy the application link. I'll put it inside my spreadsheet. All right. This is just my own personal spreadsheet. You guys can create your own. Then the application deadline date. So we know that the application deadline date is July 27th. So you'll put that there. Each grant that you apply to, you have to give them at least 30 days after the application deadline date to let you know whether or not you were selected. So we want to give them by August 27th to let us know if they were selected, if you were selected for the opportunity. So I have under here under column E, check your email date. Okay. You can put you can put alarms on your phone. All right. You can put alarms on your phone, things like that. Or what you can be like me and just come back to your grant list every day and you can check it. Okay. You can even color code it if you wanted to, and put it in red at one point when you are in that month, right? So it's all up to you. But then notes, I just have here, you can put some notes on the side. Okay. So you want to create your own grant grant spreadsheet so you can keep track of all the grants you have applied to. And then what you can also do, friend, is that you can simply search for grants and then you can create your own grant spreadsheet. And then you can go and apply to one grant a day, one by one, and then change the status to give yourself a reassurance on whether or not you completed the grant or not. Okay. All right. So you understand? So everybody should have their own grant spreadsheet that will help you out with keeping track of everything and staying organized. This part right here is what a lot of startups and small business owners don't have time to do neither. This is also why I offer the service. Okay. So if you simply don't have the time and your startup or your small business requires you to physically be there all the time, then I totally get it. This is why you can hire a grant writer. But it's very important for you to know that when you hire a grant writer, friend, you are hiring us for our time and guesswork that it takes to search for the grants and to apply to them for you. And also you're hiring us for our creative writing skills because we can't use ChatGPT to answer the questions. They have an AI detector where they know if you're using ChatGPT with submitting your grant applications. Important thing to notice, you cannot use ChatGPT. Let me explain to you why. All right. They have this thing called Zero GPT. I don't know if y'all know about this. Zero GPT is the world's leading AI detector tool. Okay. So what they will do is they will download your application, and then they will upload it here under upload file. And what this tool will do is it will read your entire application answers and it will determine if you have copied and pasted from ChatGPT or any AI out there, DeepSeek, whatever you're going to use, Google, Gemini, whatever have you. So do not use ChatGPT at all to copy and paste and answer any questions. If you have been doing that and you haven't been winning any grants, well, friend, I'm here to tell you that's why you haven't been winning them, okay? Because they throw your application out the window once they find out you have used ChatGPT. Okay. All right. So let's get down to it. Make sure you have a grant summary list that you can create through a spreadsheet. Keep track of what's going on. Now, let's go into the application. Now, the program kicks off September 18th, so you should know by September 18th if you were selected for this particular program. So let's click on apply now, and let's actually go through the entire application itself, okay? Now, experience is the best teacher, friend, when we're talking about reassuring yourself on what is needed for the grant application. I get this frequently asked question all the time. What do I need to have before I apply to a grant? What do I need to apply to this grant? What do I need to apply to that grant? What do I need to apply to grants? Well, friends, you can, if you find a grant or you come across one of my videos and you actually like that grant opportunity and you watch my video and I've told you, or you pretty much meet the qualifications. You can always click the link that's in the description because I provide the entire links for you. And I want you to actually go through the grant. Go through the grant application so you can reassure yourself on whether or not you are the perfect candidate for this grant opportunity. Most cases, I have like some of my subscribers, you all would actually just simply apply to a grant because it says this grant's for Black owned companies. But once you get into the application, it's like they're asking for your, are you a trucking company? And then they're asking for your CDL license number and all this stuff. And you might be a childcare facility or you might be a hair salon, right? That has nothing to do with what you are doing as a service or a product. So it's very important that you go through the grant introductory page, reassure yourself, and also two, go through the application first so you can be properly prepared. Okay. All right. So let's get into it. The Bronze Valley $100,000 grant opportunity. We're going to go through the entire application. And then I definitely want you guys to drop your questions in the chat. Any questions that you have about grants, how to search and apply to them, what grant search engines I use, any questions that you have, this is a safe space. I'm here to teach you and hopefully motivate you to start applying to this free money that's out here. Also, I'm out here in Africa, okay? I'm not out here like just for free. I'm out here because I got a grant opportunity and I want you to be able to travel the world and expand your business as well, just like I'm doing as a global grant writer. All right, so, and also if you are international, you can go to Generator as well, just really quick. You can go to Generator and you can click on accelerators, go to investment accelerators, and you can actually go for those international accelerator programs that they have too. They have a list of them. So these are all the states that's located in the U.S. Let's see, but they have some. Where is it? It usually says, yeah, here we go. You can go under global and you can go to Kirkle Accelerate, Generator, Luxembourg. So I'm guessing that's in the UK. You have Great Lakes Innovator Accelerator. So if you are global, you can also go for Generator Accelerator programs as well. Really, really good for you if you are in the UK or if you are here in Africa with me. Okay. All right. So the first half of each grant application you go for usually asks for the business owner's information. So you have the first name, last name, email address, phone number. Do you have a LinkedIn account? It doesn't have a red star next to it, but it is optional. Your city, state, zip code, and country. Now, the even though it doesn't have a red star, in my 10 year of winning grants, right, with my 71% successful grant writing rate, I can honestly say the more information you provide on the application does help increase your chances of approvals. Okay. All right. Then you're going to put in the program that you're going for. So this program we're going for is called the Bronze Valley Investment Accelerator Fall 2025. Then the next half is going to ask you about the general information of your company after it asks you all the general stuff about yourself. All right. So company name, website. If your website is under construction right now, simply put in N/A, not applicable. Okay. Simple. That's fine as long as you put something there. Next, you have the description. So describe your business in 3 to 10 sentences. Okay, so that should be easy. If you have a business plan, that should be in your executive summary. Just simply describe your business in 3 to 10 sentences. What does your business do? Is it a product or service? And who is your customers? Things like that. But really, what does your what does your business do? Okay, so describe your business in 3 to 10 sentences. That should not be hard. Okay. Your business model. All right. So describe your business model and how does your business make money or how do you intend to make money? So your business model, are you business to customer, or are you both? All right. Do you serve both? How does your business make money or how does it intend to make money? All right. So that should be easy. So if you are a cleaning company, you can say we plan to gain government contracts with different assisted living facilities, do commercial cleaning contracts with big office buildings and lawyer offices in our downtown area. And we also have ourselves promoted on a gig app like Thumbtack that allows us to have more reach and awareness about our cleaning services. We also, do residential cleaning for a lot of Airbnbs in our area. That's how we make money, or how we intend to make money, right? So you can put that information there. Do you have any customers? And is the company generating revenue? Simple questions, yes or no. Now, next, this is where having a business plan comes into play. Having a business plan, you literally can copy and paste from your business plan because the business plan serves as an answer key to help you out with answering these grant questions. Who are your competitors? You should have what's called a competitive analysis in your business plan that gives you the top 3 competitors of your area or of your industry and how you are different from those 3 competitors. Okay, so this is very direct. If you don't know who your competitors is, you should know because every business owner and entrepreneur needs to be doing what's called market research. If you're not doing market research, then how do you know that you are going to stand out? And how do you know what your innovative way or what's making you so different from somebody else? So somebody else can or so you can gain more clients is what I'm saying. So it's very important for you to know this, okay? And I'm so choked up about it because I've even had like consultations with some startup entrepreneurs or with actual business owners who've been in business for 5 years and they simply don't know their competitors because their excuse was or their answer was, well, I've only focused on what I do. I don't care about what nobody else does. No, it's important for you to know what's going on and who your competitors are because this is how you're going to be able to attract more customers, more clients, okay? You're going to be able to serve more people. So you need to know who your competitors are. Provide them with 3, all right? So it shows you that you've actually put in the work to understand more about your market. Tell us about your team. So even if it's just you, what background and skills do you have to make your company a success? Did you have to go through some specific training, get a certification, a license? Did you have to get a degree in order for you to provide your product and service? Okay. Explain that information there. And then last, almost towards the end, they want to know what your traction is. So if you are generating revenue, you can include revenue generated in your last month, in the last month. You can include revenue generated in the lifetime of your company. You can include your monthly revenue growth rate, the number of customers you have, notable customers. So do you have people that keep coming back or do you have them like on a subscription scale? And number of paid or unpaid pilots, etc. So if you're not generating revenue yet, then you can explain to them, we are not generating revenue. However, we have this many signups. Okay. So you can say it like that. All right. If you don't have any traction, yes, you can definitely put in, we don't have any traction. We haven't started generating revenue yet, but we plan to increase our revenue by a certain percentage or at a certain percentage growth rate monthly, right? Or annually. So it could be like 20% annually or whatever have you. Industry. So this is where it gets really simple. What's your business industry? They have an entire list. So put in what your business industry is. Okay. It can be, I don't know, media, entertainment. All right. What are the keywords? So it can be something like if it's media, entertainment, I don't know, it can be film, whatever have you, film production, whatever it is that you do. Okay. So make sure you put in the keywords. You can put up to 15 keywords. The whole point of doing the keywords is so that you can further describe your business, give them a more narrow down to exactly what you do. How many full-time employees and part-time employees do you have? Enter in that information. What is your investment stage? So if you're not sure or this is not applicable, you haven't received any investments, definitely, definitely click not applicable. Funding today, if you've never received any funding or any investment from anybody, you will put 0. Are you currently fundraising? Yes. All right. And fundraising amount, how much are you raising right now or plan to raise? Well, it looks like we're going for $100,000 opportunity right now, right? So that's what we will put. Or whatever your fundraising amount is. All right. So here we're getting to the part where I wanted you guys to see. You have the pitch deck and the executive summary. The pitch deck, you must attach the file as a PDF. Remember I told you a pitch deck is literally a PowerPoint version of your entire business plan. Okay. Executive summary, this is within the first 3 pages of your business plan. Okay. So you need to upload this. You need to have these things before you even apply to a grant because it allows you to be properly prepared. God forbid you get this far and answering all of these questions thoroughly, and then you get down to this part and you don't have these 2 documents. And even though there's no red star next to it, which means it's optional, still you want to fulfill the application, right? Because it might give you higher chances of approvals, right? It might increase your points of being chosen. So in the event that you get to this part, it's important for you to have these things already. Having a business plan will help you with this. Having your pitch deck will help you with uploading to there. All right. Besides funding, what are your biggest challenges that you're facing at your company? It could be you need to hire more people. Hiring more people will allow you to take in more orders, which will allow you to produce more. It could be supplies and equipment. We lack certain supplies or new AI innovations or whatever have you, so we can work faster, so we can be able to take in orders and not lose customers since we're living in such a digital time right now. Okay. All right. Program goals. So if you were to be selected for this program, what are the top 3 objectives you would like for Generator to help you achieve? Now, remember, they're giving you $100,000. They're giving you perks and deals, and they're also giving you 12 weeks of mentorship. So it might be like you are looking for some, you would like perks and deals on some supplies and equipment or some business resource tools you would like to use to help you streamline your entire production process, right? So whatever your program goals are, you will put that information there. All right, reason for selection. Why should you be selected for this program, and what ways can they help you with your goals? Okay, and what are your goals? So this is where you want to get compassionate. All right, explain to them my goals are A, B, and C. Hiring new people, increasing my productivity by having the necessary supplies and equipment, and also being able to create more awareness about my product and services by having by receiving person deals towards marketing and advertising opportunities. Generator can help me do that. Well, with this opportunity, I'll be able to reach all of those goals by using your mentorship and understanding, the best resources and tools I should use and how to use them. I can be able to use your perks and deals that will give me discounts on, marketing opportunities. And then also I'll be able to use the $100,000 in opportunity to be able to get those supplies and equipment and also hire more personnel, right? And you want to explain how it will be impactful. Hiring more people will allow us to produce more, which will allow us to, and then also having the person deals towards marketing and advertisement will bring in more customer base. Once we bring in more customer base, we will need the hands to be able to fulfill these orders or to be able to fulfill the service. So this entire program will really help us, supercharge our business to the next level. Okay, so this is where you want to get real compassionate. You can even tell us a time when, whatever have you. As you can see, you can just, there's no character count or anything like that. So you definitely want to give them what your goals are and how this program can help. Then we're at the end. This is just general information, personal pronouns. He, she, they, or them. You will put that information in. They want to know the demographics. So what is your ethnic group, right? Things like that. Referral service. How did you hear about this program? Obviously, you heard about it on YouTube. Are you an Alabama HBCU member? If not, then you can just hit no. If yes, then that's fine, but it doesn't decrease your chances of approvals if you're not. Previous programs. If this is your first time, you've never done a program with them, you can just simply scroll down and click on none. And then select the boxes for agreeing to the terms and conditions and you apply. Okay. Now, keep in mind, you want to have these things before you move forward: a pitch deck and executive summary. The reason why they only want the executive summary part of your business plan It's simply because all the other questions that they ask are what they would look for in your business plan. But since you've already answered them on this application, they simply need the executive summary so they can just know exactly what your business is about, what is the service or product, what is the customer base, what is the problem, how are you solving it, and what is the business mission, vision, and values. All of that is inside of the executive summary part of your business plan. Keep in mind that the pitch deck is the PowerPoint version of that, okay? So it needs to have all of the detailed information from your business plan inside of the pitch deck, which is very direct and simple, okay? All right, so do we have any questions about what we went over? I hope that this was very thorough. This is a really good $100,000 opportunity for all business industries. There's no specifics, no matter what race, gender, ethnic group, or sexuality you're a part of. You can apply to this group, this opportunity. You can apply to this accelerator program. It doesn't matter if you're in a hair salon, beauty business, if you are into biotech, whatever have you. You can go for it. The link is in the description below. So I hope I was thorough. Okay. Any questions, my friends? Okay. Let me see here. Hey, thank you so much. I'm so glad I caught you. But I'm gonna do a rewind. I hope and pray all is well. Thank you so much. Thank you very much. I really do. Thank you so much for that. Yes, I've been here all this time. Happy you were able to catch me too. Okay, so any questions about what we went over? I feel like I was very thorough. I walked you through this grant. The information is in the description below. Sometimes you need like more tailored support. You want to have a one-on-one consultation or a conversation, or you simply might want me to just apply to this grant or help you prepare for these type of grant opportunities. So that's why I have the $50 grant consultation that we can hop on Zoom and just dive deeper into grants like this or any questions that you might have about grants. I want to make sure that you receive the reassurance and clarity you truly deserve about these free money opportunities. There's so many rumors out here, and I hate for you to listen to the rumors and be demotivated. There's a lot of demotivating demons out here, honey. You got to stay prayed up and stay focused on what God has for you and what your entire purpose is for starting this business. So don't miss out on any opportunity just because somebody else wants to be a negative Nancy. I would love for you to just continue going for those opportunities that will help you out with starting your business and scaling. So don't be demotivated. Yes, I've been winning grants for 10 years. You would think in my 10 years, there's definitely been people saying, oh, that's not going to work, or this is not going to work, or nobody knows about grants, and nobody wants to know about grants, and nobody want to go for grants, this and that and the third. And yes, I've heard of them, but I don't allow those people to demotivate me because I know there's people out here that are really looking for a chance, to move forward. Okay. All right, so any questions? I'm going to open up the floor for some questions. I hope I answered them all. Keep in mind, I have a dedicated grant playlist that literally tells you everything you need to know on how to search and apply to these grants, how to apply to these grants. It's 5 videos in that playlist. They're 6 to 10 minute videos, very direct information. And I dive deeper into, what you need to have before you apply to a grant, what grant websites I use to find grants, and what all the basics you need to know about grants. I also have a video where I go over 4 grant winners. One of those winners is actually my client who just recently won some grants in April. So I'm showing you proof that this is a real thing, especially if you are a melanated Black entrepreneur like myself. I know a lot of the times, like I said, we are the main group that gets targeted with all the demotivation and it's just like the hard not life for us. So I wanted to show us, especially, and also women, I wanted to show us that we do have a lot of opportunities out here, no matter what's going on politically and economically. And we can still go for grant funding opportunities that is not funded by the federal government, that's actually funded by your local communities and also funded by, other big companies that I talk about. Okay, so I also recently uploaded a video about Beyonce. Beyonce's on tour and she's giving out 37 grants of $10,000 each To anybody who's in the barbershop and salon industry, if you are renting a chair, renting a salon suite, renting a booth, leasing a actual unit or physical brick and mortar, that $10,000 opportunity is there for you. It's a really, really good grant. It's sponsored by her hair care line called Sacred and the Be Good Foundation. So I talked about that grant within the last 3 days. I uploaded that video. Intuit, QuickBooks, and MailChimp partnered up together to give us a $20,000 grant so you can nominate up to 5 businesses to have a chance at winning $20,000. Honeycomb Credit has a $2,500 grant right now because they partnered up with I Fund Women. And if you are a woman entrepreneur, you know I Fund Women gives out grants and also investment accelerator opportunities, just like the one we just went over today. And so I Fund Women decided to partner up with Honeycomb Credit so they can give out the $2,500 micro grant. So you can go for that one. Don't forget to go for the Start Pivot Grow grant. And Verizon is giving out over 50 $10,000 grant opportunities to over $10,000 entrepreneurs and startups. Okay, that's through Verizon. So I did talk about that in a recent video as well. So make sure you take a look at those videos. That's on my channel. Okay, they're like really quick videos, like 3-minute videos, 5 minutes, up to 6 minutes. Okay, so if there's no questions, I'm trying to give y'all some time to type out your questions, but you can always visit my website if you want reassurance on exactly what I do. I write business plans and pitch decks for you. So yes, I'll be more than happy to complete them for you. Superchargemybusiness.com. Superchargemybusiness.com. That's my website. You can book a grant call there. You can learn more about my grant writing services. When you hire a grant writer, you don't hire us to get 100% guaranteed to win a grant. That's not how grants work. So I said that at the beginning of this live stream. You hire us for our creative writing skills. You also hire us to be able to save you the time. Okay. You do have some people out here that's like, hey, I just want to go for an opportunity that I know for a fact 100% that I can get. Well, the mindsets of that got to change because now that we no longer have diverse equity and inclusion anymore, which is what actually gave us as minority business owners and women entrepreneurs more incentives, more opportunities to win, not win, but to be able to get those types of bank loans, lines of credit, and credit cards. Now the bank can simply just say no because you're a Black entrepreneur or you're a woman entrepreneur, right? So because we are living in these times of no DEI, I would actually be quite scared to go for those opportunities, especially knowing that there's so much going on around data. You don't know what they're doing with that information. So I would just rather go for a grant opportunity and give myself a chance every time and try as much as possible. You have some business owners out here that will literally apply to over 20 credit card applications and over 20 loan applications, but these are opportunities where you have to pay them back with interest. So you're already starting out in debt. A successful business is not one that's in debt. Okay. A successful business is one that's actually making some good profits. All right. That, like my business, we're doing good. All right. We're doing good. But it's not fun paying back a loan. But I didn't start my business with a loan. So I wouldn't, dare tell you guys, oh, go for this loan, go for this loan, go for this loan. Like I wouldn't tell y'all to do that. That's why I always talk about grants. I love grants because you don't have to worry about paying it back. And it's just that leg up that you might need. Okay. So in most cases, you don't have to go for those types of loans and stuff. You can go for these grants. You never know when you can win this $100,000 opportunity and really, really scale from that. And you can't be afraid to take on these opportunities too. If you are hungry, you know exactly what you'll do with this money. If you are professionally set up and properly set up, why not go for these opportunities? Okay. You're not losing out on anything. There's no credit checks, no personal information needed or anything like that. Okay. All right. So we went over the basics about grants in the beginning of this entire live stream. We also went over the 4 ways you can win a grant. We also went thoroughly through a $100,000 grant opportunity. And I also explained to you what you need to have before you go for grants. And so if there's any additional questions or if you have your own personal questions that you would like to speak to me about one-on-one in a one-on-one consultation, I'm a 71% successful grant writer. What that means is out of 1,000 clients in a year, 71% of them actually win at least 1 grant, and that could be 1 grant of $10,000 or more. Okay. So I've been winning grants for for about 10 years. I've had this dedicated YouTube channel for 6 years. So I feel like I really, I have some skin in the game. You can definitely book a one-on-one consultation with me. It's $50. You can visit superchargemybusiness.com and click on book a grant call. All the information that you need to know on what we will talk about in the Zoom call will be there on the website. Also, some client testimonials, video testimonials are there too, to reassure you that I'm a real person, I'm not a scam. And people actually do appreciate the services and our consultations that I offer. Okay. So if there's no questions, you guys, peace and blessings. Have a great rest of your night. And I'll see you tomorrow, 9 a.m. Okay. All right. Bye-bye.